Today, I'm going to talk about how I applied and got my study permit to Canada after I was first refused, documents I used to apply, how you can apply for study permit using a sponsor, and how you can apply for study permit even if schooling is now online. The first question you want to ask is, do you want to apply yourself or do you want to use an agent? For me, the first time I applied using an agent, I wasn't given. So I would always say, do it yourself. It's not the easiest of things to do, but that's why I'm here to help. So for me, the first step I took was going to the NOC website to search for the course that I had the most interest in and also had like a high demand. So just go to Google and type NOC Canada. Then you open it, then just scroll down. So you can see the A, the B, and the C class. For the C class, you have doctors, dentists. For the B class, you have chefs, plumbers, electricians. Then for the C class, you have industrial butchers, long-haul truck drivers. D, you have fruit pickers, and many more. So you can have the A, the 0, the B, or the C. So just basically scroll down and search for your course. So mine was community and social service worker. So I'll just type that out now and show you what class it is on that. So mine is B class, which is still okay because whatever you choose should fall between the A, the B, or the 0. After I got the course I wanted, the next thing was to choose a school. I chose Humber and I applied for the course in Humber College using the BSc I already had. So I used the transcript from my university, and I didn't need to write IELTS, probably because I already had English from the university. So, and I had good score as well. So I applied for the course and voila, I got the course in Humber College. After I got the course, next for me was to apply for my visa. For the visa application, there's some documents that are already stated on the website to use for the application, like the admission letter. So basically, you go to the website and just click on documents that you need. Then you just go down, and as you can see, it's showing us some documents that we need, and one of them is acceptance letter from your designated learning institution. That's your university or the college you applied to, a valid passport, and a proof that you can support yourself and any family member who comes with you while you're in Canada. So just go down for the documents. Then you see you need a letter of explanation, proof of acceptance, identity, financial support, and other documents. So I'll explain other documents. But for now, for letter of explanation, you need to tell them why you want to study in Canada and show that you understand your responsibility as a student. You could include a letter if you decide to apply for a study permit. So I'll talk about the letter. Aside from that, you submit your employment letter if you're already working. You submit your statement of account. You submit your date of birth certificate. If you're married, you submit your marriage certificate. If you have a child, you submit your child's date of birth certificate as well. If you have properties, no matter the properties you have, you submit all those to all documents as well. So they're all these documents that you need to provide are already stated on the website, but I want to emphasize on the ones that are not stated there that I needed to do or need to submit. For example, the letter of explanation. For me, that is very important because you have submitting so much documents and it becomes even overwhelming. If it's overwhelming for you, it might also be for the person processing your study permit. So I'd advise you draft your letter of explanation and let it highlight all the things you have already stated in you already submitted rather. And another thing to take notice of is that because I was refused before, I took out the things or the reasons for my refusal and explained it in my letter of explanation. There were three reasons why I was refused the first time. One was proof of fund, proof that I'm going to return after my stay and after my study. And lastly was the purpose of my visit. I have to take out those things and explain them one after the other. And most times, those are like the common points or common things they refuse people for. So even if you have not been refused before, you could just do the same thing. Pick out those things, because if you go online, if you go on websites, you see that that's always the reason they give people. So pick out those things and explain them properly so they can understand that you are actually going to get back to your country after you're done schooling. You're also going to tell them, even if they know you're going to school, you still have to explain to them why you want to study that course in another country and not in your country. And lastly, your proof of fund. So I'm going to talk about the purpose of visit. That's a very important one, because yes, you're going to study, but you have to explain to them why you cannot study that course in your country. For example, the course I chose wasn't even offered in Nigeria. So I have to explain to them that, okay, this course is not offered in my country, and I needed this course to, improve my business in Nigeria, because in Nigeria I had a school. So I had to explain to them, I had to give them evidence of me being a partner in a school in Nigeria. Also, I needed to tell them that I had permission to go and study this course so I can come back and improve the school I'm running in Nigeria. Also, I needed to tell them that I have a passion for the course as well. It's something that I know that is, because remember that I had my previous degree was in banking and finance, and I'm going to a completely different field. So I need to explain to them why I was going to a completely different field. It's because I had a passion for this course, and it's something I wanted to do in my life. It's something I wanted a change, basically. I didn't want banking and finance anymore. I had to explain all that to them. So you know how you explain to them in your words, and know how to sound convincing as well. Another thing you need to highlight in the letter is a proof that you return back to your country after you're done schooling. For me, I had businesses back home. I had a school I was running. So that was enough evidence, because I wouldn't just leave my businesses like that, right? I had to go back to them. I'm doing this course because I want to go back home to improve the school and to build and grow my school. So that was one of the reasons I gave. Also, that I had family back home that I had to take care of. I had a child back home as well. I had parents, I had grandparents, back home that I need to go back to. So just show them proof of all these things, proof that you have all these things, your business, your family. Those are enough proof that you're going to go back to your country. You wouldn't leave all those family just because you want to run away, right? So aside from that, finally is proof of fund. Another thing you need to prove to them is you have enough money to take care of yourself when you come to Canada. For me, my school fees was about $30,000 to $32,000, about 10 million naira. I need to have that amount in my account, and even more, because I need to feed, I need to pay rent. So you need to have more than the amount that you need to take care of yourself in school. That will increase your chances of getting the study permit. Also, you could also use a sponsor. Obviously, your sponsor wouldn't have just 10 million naira or just $30,000. The sponsor has to have like maybe ×2 of that, or ×3. It's just like a backup that, okay, even if something happens along the line, I'm not able to pay my fees, I have somebody that can actually pay it. It could be your uncle, it could be your aunt, it could be your parent, it could be anybody. But that person, or the money in that person's account, has to be like way more than you need, like maybe in excess. So for those that want to use sponsors, feel free to use a sponsor if you feel you don't have like much money in your account. But that doesn't mean you wouldn't have any money in your account at all. You have to have at least enough money in your personal account. Then you could add the sponsor's account. You can use the sponsor's property. Like for me, I had to use it. I used a sponsor. She presented her documents to me, her properties. Also wrote a letter of sponsorship saying that I'm willing to sponsor, she's willing to sponsor me. So if someone approaches you to be a sponsor, please feel free to be a sponsor to anybody. It doesn't mean the person doesn't have money in their account, but it can just be like a support, just to know that they want to just know that you can actually pay your fees no matter what arises. Like, you're not going to be stranded, you're going to be able to pay your fees at every given time. So feel free, act as a sponsor for them. Feel free to do that. It will actually help boost their chances of getting the study permit. So after all that, I put all my documents together. And remember, I don't know if I've mentioned before, but I had to get like letters from the school, because I was a partner in the school. I wasn't the only person that was running the school. I had all the other partners as well. So I had to get a letter from them stating that they are willing to allow me travel, so far as I'm going to do a course that is going to help develop the school in the long run. So I used that letter. I presented that letter to the visa officers as well. I also presented letters from the board of directors, signed and authorized from the board of directors as well. All that I was able to put together and submit for my visa application. And after after a few months, I was given the visa. Well, the visa took a while to come. I know the processing time in Nigeria is quite high, so it took about 6 to 8 months thereabouts to come. But the week it was going to come, I got a call from the visa officers that, oh, is my sponsor still willing to sponsor me? I said, yeah, sure, why not? Who is she to me? I explained. They also asked about my job, about the reason for my leaving the job, and also reason for picking the course I want to study. I told them everything. Then after 2 days or so, I got a mail saying I should go and pick up my my passports from their office in Nigeria, which I did, and the rest is history. So for those that are willing to apply for study permit now, even if schooling is now online, if you go to the government website, CIC website, I'm going to show you.
So you just go to the website, through Google, then just click on study permit exemptions and just go down. Then there's so much information about it. So you can see variety like I'm showing you right now. But what I want to show you exactly is the exemptions that they actually have for international students. So they say it's just your school isn't offering online study options, or you need to come for laboratory work. That's where doing a course that has co-op comes in. Then you can't study online from your home country because of internet restrictions or bandwidth. You can't participate because of the time zone as well. So all that, you can actually put all this down in your explanation letter and tell them that, okay, this is the reason why I need a study permit. And since it's stated on the website,
so if you can show and prove to the visa officers, most you can add that to your explanation letter, prove to them that your bandwidth in your country is really low or your internet is really poor. Also, we know in Nigeria we have issues with power supply, NEPA. It's always crazy right there. You don't always have and also the time difference is about 5 hours, and it changes, sometimes 6 hours, sometimes 5 hours, sometimes even more, depends on the state you are in Canada, the province you are in Canada. Sometimes it's even up to 8 hours difference and you're schooling. So you can actually show the visa officer that this is the situation you are in, that's why you require the visa to come into Canada. With that, you can be given a visa to come to Canada. So I hope I've been able to help. And if you have any more questions about applying for study permit, visa into Canada, feel free to ask, and subscribe to my channel. and I hope to see you next time. And I'm going to talk about my course, how I selected the course. So feel free, ask any questions you want to ask, and please subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Cheers.